Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome into another episode of Titans Tube. I'm your host Caleb. This is my other co-host Amy. We have a special guest today joining us all the way from Nashville, Tennessee.
Woo, woo, woo.
Justin, thanks for joining the show, bro.
Yeah, man, what a treat. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on the show. It's exciting to be on.
Cheers to you.
I've also am drinking out of a mug. Let's all drink.
Let's all drink. Everyone take a sip now. Everyone collectively who's watching and or listening and or a Titans fan, take a drink right now. Justin, you looks like you're celebrating Christmas a little too early with that mug.
I'm excited for Christmas. Yeah, reunion time. I think I speak for all of us when I say this is the most significant day in all of our lives. So,
Justin, I'm hugging you. Reunion. I've missed you.
What a warm feeling. What a warm feeling. It's so special.
In my heart.
So thank you guys, yes, for you're stepping in for Jake. Obviously, he's on a break. He's on vacation. He's living it up.
Stepping in for us.
Yeah,
right?
for like a few years.
Right. Oh
now.
yeah, that's
Does Jake not
That's
know
true.
that? Have you not told Jake that he's?
I don't tell Jake any of the Titans Tube secrets ever.
Oh,
so
okay.
hopefully he doesn't watch this video. All right, well, guys, this is going to be our Week 6 picks, and as we get into this, let me just real quick recap how we did last week. It's a good thing Jake missed last week because he brought up a 9-7 record.
Ooh,
In his
yikes.
picks. It's the old Titans 9-7 special. He's done that a few times this year. I think he's just trying to prove his fanhood to the Titans. I, however, went 12-4. I'm tooting my own horn, and I will, and I am excited about that, guys. So overall, Caleb, you look a little disgusted, but you're going to get your chance here. I now have 57 total wins on the season, so you guys got your work cut out for y'all. Let's see if you can catch up within this week.
I think I can.
I feel good about my
I feel
odds.
good about my my picks getting to 57 this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, I guess
Have
we'll
you guys
have
been
to
watching the?
To like 60.
You guys been watching?
Something.
Yeah. you guys been watching the NFL? You keeping up with the games? You know what's going on?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, yeah. I just love what Jared Goff is doing with the St. Louis Rams. I think it's just really inspiring.
I am just going to say I like my chances this week after that comment. Let's get started. Thursday Night Football. By the time this video gets up, that game will already have been played, but it's going to be the Bucs on the road against the Eagles. Amy, we'll start off with you since it features your favorite all-time player, much to my disgust. Amy, who do you like in this game?
Life update. I am now a Bucs fan. Thank you very much. I will take TB12 in this one.
Ew.
I mean, the Eagles are they're kind of all over the place right now, and Tom Brady has never looked better in more ways than one.
Is that how we should start our reunion on Titans Tube? Is Amy talking about her love for Tom Brady again?
Guys, it's
God.
only grown. It has not dissipated at all. I am still the captain of the Tom Brady train.
Well,
Wow.
Okay.
Wow,
I'm
Caleb.
moving to Nashville, Justin. I can't handle this anymore.
I'll welcome you back with open arms. What a way to start the episode here. Yeah, well, despite all of that, I'm also going to pick the Bucs in this game. They're kind of rolling. They're rolling a little too good right now, and I don't think it stops against the Eagles. Although the Eagles did impressively get a win against Carolina. That was one of my 4 games I got wrong. So, Carolina started off pretty hot, so I don't know. Maybe they're just falling back down to earth. But I'll take the Bucs. Caleb, who do you got?
I think in a previous life, as in yesterday, I might have picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But after Amy just said that thing about being the captain of the Tom Brady ship, I'm going to have to go with Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles because Tom Brady has Hurts his thumb.
Yeah. It's good.
That
That's
was
good. It's good
really
pun.
bad.
What? Guys, welcome back to Titans Tube, Caleb.
This is
you
how
fans.
Titans Tube. It's how Titans Tube always was and used to be.
Yeah.
Jake rarely busts out the barely puns, if you can call them that, on the regular.
Well, I'm about to drop like 57 on you.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for the Thursday game. Let's move on to Sunday, guys. We have another game across the pond in London. Boy, what a premier matchup this is. The two lesser Florida teams, Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Somebody is going to have to win this game, guys. I don't know. Caleb, I'll throw it to you first. Who do you think?
Across the pond, pinkies in the air for the pond. Can barely see it.
Yep.
No one has to win this game. It could end in a tie.
That's
but
true.
I do want to apologize to everyone across the pond for having to, if you wanted to go to an NFL game, this is the game you would have to go to, because I'm not even going to flip. I'm not even going to check the score of this game. I don't give a shit.
All right.
I think I'm going to have to go with a push here.
You're going to pick a tie.
No, I can't pick a tie. I just don't want to pick either of these teams. They suck. I hate the Jags, and the Dolphins are just in shambles. I'm going to go with Dolphins.
All right. I like it. Amy, what about you?
I actually think that this is going to be the Jaguars' first win of the season. I don't think either team really is going to put together just this beautiful win. I don't even know if I feel weird even calling it that, but I think at the end of regulation, the Jaguars are going to have more points than the Dolphins. Therefore, they're going to get a W.
No team's going to win, but one team is probably going to, both of them are going to lose.
One's just going to lose worse.
One's going to lose worse, yeah.
One of them's going to have lesser points on the scoreboard, thus resulting in the worst kind of loss.
Yes. So I'm going
I'm kind of with you, Amy. I think, it's just, this is kind of a coin flip-ish game. Tua might be coming back from injury, which I guess is going to help him. Jacoby Brissett sure wasn't winning games for him. So, but despite that, I think just it's time. It's just one of those feelings where I just think the Jags are going to win a game eventually. They're due for a win. The Dolphins aren't very good this year, so I feel like this is the week for them. I guess so. Just based on that, Trevor Lawrence, James Robinson, get it done against the Dolphins.
Wow.
And then you can go back to your losing ways for all I care after that.
Shoot. But if they're going to London, then Urban Meyer is not going to come back home for a week.
He's going to take a vacation mid-season. We got the Green Bay Packers on the road in Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears, who starting to pick up a couple wins behind Justin Fields. They're 3-2. But the Packers are rolling. After that dud, they are rolling right through teams. Well, not really last week. They got super lucky with the kicking issues from both of them. But the Packers are yet still 4-1. I'm going to take the Packers to continue this winning way and get their 5th straight win in a row. Caleb, what about you?
This is a hard one because it is a division game, and while the Packers are 4-1, I mean, they can struggle, on the road against the division team, especially the Bears. And I know they had got a rookie quarterback in Justin Fields who plays on a football field, so you think he would have an advantage there. But you know what? I think I'm going to go with the Bears here.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna go with
that home field advantage.
Home field advantage here, yeah. And Justin, that's your name too, so we have lots of connections.
There's a lot of connections with the quarterback for the Bears. I don't know what I have to do. My name has to do with it. But okay, upset alert for Caleb. Amy, do you see it that way too?
I don't. I believe this is, if
Smart.
I'm not correct, I think this is the oldest rivalry in NFL football.
Yeah.
Football. So there is a lot of history that's going to be just, in the air, in the crisp fall Chicago air for this game. But I think the Packers are going to come out with the win. They've just, I don't know, the Packers have been really fun to watch this season. They've been really dramatic to watch this season. And that has nothing to do with them winning, but I just think they're going to win. I think they're the better team and they're going to win.
We both had reasons that had no reason for the teams we picked winning, but we're still picking them.
I like it though. It brings a different kind of perspective, and I like the way you guys think. Let's see how we think on this one here. Going to be a battle between the big ferocious cats. We have the Bengals at 3-2 going to Detroit up in the jungle to take on the Lions, the king of the jungle, who is still searching for their first win. Can they get their first win and get Dan Campbell? He's been emotional. He really wants to win. He's dying for it. Is it going to come this weekend, guys? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Cincinnati wins. They just had that super close loss to the Packers, who's a quality team. Joe Burrow looking like the real deal. They got a good defense to boot behind that. So I think they're going to take care of business this weekend on the road. Amy, what about you?
I think the Bengals are a good team, and I don't feel like I've been able to honestly say that in all the years I've been alive, honestly. But
wow.
I do think the Bengals have a good team this season. They're a very well-rounded team on both sides of the ball. So I do not see them losing to the 0-5 Detroit Lions. Sorry, Jared Goff.
So you do know which team Jared Goff plays for. Okay.
Yeah, I do know. I remember now.
Poor Jared Goff, though, got traded out of L.A. in a hot franchise to lowly Lions in Detroit. I don't think it's crazy, because if Cincinnati had beaten the Packers last week, they would be sitting at 4-1 with Joe Burrow and a rookie Jamar Chase tearing it up, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, we haven't seen this kind of Cincinnati team in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got the Lions on the other side, who are the only team in NFL history to lose 2 games in the first 5 weeks on 50-plus yard last-second field goals. So they've been playing teams tight as well. But
True.
yeah, I just don't see it happening. Lions, they suck, and the Bengals suck less. And Joe Burrow just needs to not get hurt, and they're going to win. Cincy.
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
I like it.
Sweep. Have we ever had a
That
Bengals
is a sweep.
What a weird sweep for us.
Was that our first sweep of the week?
And it was the
think
Bengals?
so.
No, the Bucks.
Didn't
we all picked the Bucks?
Nah, I picked the Eagles,
No.
bruh.
Yeah, because he was so mad about you talking up Tom Brady. So can't blame him for that one. Here's 2 teams who are not so well-rounded, who the Titans are familiar with. AFC South showdown from the Houston Texans on the road to the Indianapolis Colts. Colts, they just can't put together a full 60 minutes. They had the Ravens on the ropes in the first half. I was shocked, I tell you. But then the Colts, do what the Colts have been doing and choke it away. And have dropped to 1-4 on the season. So one of these 2 teams going to get their second win, unfortunately. I'll be quick and throw it out again. I think the Colts get it done. They just have it more together, I think, as roster-wise and coaching-wise than the Texans. But, credit for the Texans still. They're still putting up a fight. They almost took down New England last week. So they're still playing hard, but they're just not their roster's just not good right now. I'll take the Colts. Amy, what about you?
I'm going with the Colts as well. Both of these teams, but honestly, I don't know. The Texans feel like a dumpster fire. The Colts don't feel like a dumpster fire to me. I do think that they are able to piece together, good drives and explosive offense, might I say. Gross. No, I'm just kidding. The Colts are better than 1-4, I think, and the Texans are 1-4. That's just how it is. So I think the Colts are going to win this game.
All right. I really don't like picking the winner of this game, or even watching it, or even thinking about it. It's kind of like that Monday night game, Colts-Ravens, the worst Monday night football matchup in the history of Monday night football matchups. Who even watched that besides us? But
no Titans fans.
I know the Colts played the Ravens tight, but I think that was more on the Ravens just coming out looking sluggish, and then they got it together towards the end of the game. And the Texans, kind of did the same thing to the Patriots, jumped on them early, and then fell apart at the end of the game. But I kind of like what I'm seeing from David Mills. I think he has enough to beat the Colts and then probably not beat another team the rest of the year. So I'm going to go with the Texans here.
Okay, I like it. An upset. Ooh, big upset. I should have led off with this, but the Colts are 10-point favorites coming into this game. So not a lot of faith in Davis Mills.
That's weird
but hey,
for 1-4 teams.
He's got a fan. He's got a fan in you, Caleb.
Nah, don't call me a fan, bro. Don't call me a fan, or I'm leaving the show immediately.
Don't. We need you. We need you for the rest of this video. Let's move on to the 4-1 LA Rams on the road against the New York Giants, who got blasted last week against the Cowboys. Rams are coming off a win, I think. Yeah, probably. Yeah, sure. We'll say that. Caleb, take this one first. Who do you like in this game?
Yeah, Giants are just struggling right now. They not only did they lose to the Cowboys in points, they also lost their quarterback, Saquon Barkley, and also Kenny Golladay. I don't know. I know Daniel Jones is set to return this week, but still, come on, Daniel Jones. Okay,
yeah,
I'm picking the Rams.
Okay, that's good. All right, Amy, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the Giants, honestly. After this last Sunday and, like, their 3 offensive weapons getting taken out, it's just, it feels so hopeless. Like, they're in a pit of hopeless despair, and I can feel it all the way here in my van in Colorado, and they're all the way over there in New York. It's intense. So I'm going to go with the Rams.
Intense despair.
Yeah.
Intense despair.
But I feel for you, Giants. I feel for you.
Yeah, it's some rough sledding for some ex-Titans, Logan Ryan, Adoree Jackson. Had some better days when they were part of the Tennessee Titans and winning games. And I agree. We're gonna go for another sweep here. I got the Rams in this game for sure. They are 9.5-point road favorites, and I think they might cover that. Faux show. Let's move on.
Too, bro.
Yeah, just a little extra juice with that pick. Let's move on to a struggling Kansas City Chiefs sitting at 2-3, last place in the AFC West. What world is this that we find ourselves in, people? Chiefs are 2-3, but they do get a 2-3 Washington football team on the road. They're coming in at 6.5-point favorites. You know, Chiefs have some, I don't want to say fluky losses, but, you know, against the Ravens, terrible fumble in the last minute to lose that game. And then they lost a close one to somebody else. I'm ruining it. I'm ruining my points in the video with my lack of knowledge. But nonetheless, I'll take the Chiefs on the road. Washington, you know, they have a very disappointing defense. They had a top 5 defense, where so we thought coming into this season. They had a good year last year, but they have been a disappointment. And, you know, I like Taylor Heineke all right, but he's just not going to be enough, especially in this game. I'll take the Chiefs. Amy, you.
I'm not worried about the Chiefs at all. I mean, yeah, a 2-3 start is not what I expected. It's not what anyone expected, obviously, but I'm not worried about them. They will find their stride, and they will still go deep in the playoffs, potentially to the Super Bowl. I'm not worried about them, and I think they will get the job done in Washington this weekend.
Yeah.
Well.
All right.
It is hard to pick against the Chiefs, even though they are 2-3. But yeah, I think Washington's got a lot to handle up there in that part of the country with, you know, emails and such. So yeah, I think the Chiefs will get it going this week. So I'm gonna sweep with the Chiefs. Chiefs sweep.
Boring. More
Chiefs
sweeps.
Chiefs sweep.
I wonder how many sweeps are gonna backfire on us. There's bound to be a couple.
They always backfire, dude. It doesn't matter what the matchup is; they backfire. So
they do.
If you're watching, put your money on Washington.
Yeah. This next game's a toss-up, though. I'll be surprised if we pick a sweep here. We got the Vikings, you know, trying to fight their way back just to get to 500. I mean, they've got some firepower on offense. I expect them to be better than their 2-3 record, but they do go on to Carolina to take on the Panthers. You know, starting to come down to earth a little bit. Had that 3-0 surprising start behind Sam Darnold, but now they've dropped 2 straight games. Christian McCaffrey, I think, is going to be a big key for them if he can get back in the lineup. But, you know, I don't know why, but I like the Vikings. I've been picking them a lot this year. Obviously, that hasn't gone my way a few times, but I'm still holding out hope. I like where they're trending as opposed to where Carolina's trending. I'm going to take the Vikings to get a road win here. Caleb, what about you?
You know, I'm surprised to see that the Vikings are favored here, only by a point. But they do have a lot of offensive firepower, but they've had that offensive firepower for years, and they've done nothing with it. I mean, at this point, I would just expel Kirk Cousins from the family and just call him Kirk Friend.
Oh, my.
Okay.
Or Kirk Acquaintance.
He's downgraded to an acquaintance.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Minnesota has good players, especially on the offensive side of the ball, but I think we're going to start seeing a major drop-off from them this season, and I think they're going to have to blow that ship up if they want to, you know, progress into the future of football. That being said, the Panthers started hot. They've been on a losing streak, but I still like them at home here. Sam Darnold, go get your muffins, bro. Does that make sense?
No. Okay. I'm going to go with the Panthers here. at the end of the day, I just think they're the better team and that they're able to pull it together to get a win as opposed to the Vikings. That's really it.
That's what it comes down to.
Okay. I like it. Let's move on to two teams that have beaten the Chiefs this year. We got the LA Chargers on the road, winning in a super exciting fashion against the Browns last week, combined for like 800 points. Taking on the Ravens, coming back, as we said, against the Colts on Monday night. Both teams at 4-1. Chargers, I think, are looking better with their 4-1 than the Ravens. Ravens have squeaked by a few times, as we said. Those game-winning kicks, Justin Tucker hitting a mile-long field goal to beat the Lions, a winless Lions team. Interesting game, though. Baltimore is favored by 2.5. Ooh, I don't know about that, though. I don't know about that one. Amy, take it away here. Who do you like in this game?
Man, I was hoping you wouldn't pick me first so I could have more time to think about this one. I feel like every time I think about this game, I can go either way. You know what? I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think that they are going to carry the momentum from Monday night and that whole second half, mainly fourth quarter that they had. I think they're going to carry that momentum into this game, especially with them being at home as well. That makes me lean a little more towards them because I think the city is getting excited. I mean, they're both really, really good teams. I think this is going to be a fun game, but I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Yeah, I could see a lot of points in this game. That could be a factor. I mean, this is literally a cross-country trip for the Chargers going all the way to Baltimore. So, I don't know, maybe some jet lag, I guess. I don't know. But I think the home field could definitely play a factor into this. But, man, I'm bought into the Chargers as of right now, and I just love how they're playing. I'm going to go ahead and say Chargers for me. I think they go on the road and get this win. Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, they've just got weapons galore over there. So, yeah, I like the Chargers. Caleb, what about you?
Are you sure you're not just biased because you and Justin Herbert have the same first name?
I mean, I picked against Justin Fields. There's a lot of Justins to go around here, but
there is.
I'm liking the
Justins
Herbert
in the NFL. Why aren't there more Caleb?
Because it's an awesome name. Okay, get off Justin's back.
NFL?
I should be the first one.
Sure.
Hey, Caleb Farley. How about that, Caleb?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Go Titans.
There's no Amy's though. Amy Adams Strunk. Amy gets one too with Amy Adams Strunk. There you go.
The Titans. Good job.
You are the Titans owner.
I have no words. I have no words.
This week. Free tickets.
Congratulations.
Man, this game is super hard. I don't think the Ravens are quite as good as their record, and I kind of think they're going to come out slow again after that epic win on Monday night. Just a little hangover, It's a short week.
Yeah.
That's literally the total opposite of what I said.
Yes,
I said
I'm using your points against you. Yes, I'm taking your points and I'm twisting it against the Ravens. But I think you had a point, Justin. Like, why is this game not the Sunday night game? You're making the Chargers travel all the way across the country. They're going across 4 time zones to play at like 7 a.m. for them on a Sunday, or 8 a.m. Like that is 8 a.m.
That is rough.
The Chargers are basically playing an 8 a.m. game against the Rams team, who's used to playing at 11 a.m. at their home field. I got to go with the Ravens here.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that is crazy. For me, it's a noon Central game, but yeah, 4 time zones and playing the early game. That's rough. How could you do that, NFL?
So rough.
Let's move on to the after.
9 o'clock?
Yeah, it'd be 9 o'clock.
We keep on changing it. We don't know time zones, people. Who gives
Or wait, maybe
crap?
it's 10. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's early enough.
10, actually. We're really good at math. Can you tell?
Someone help us.
All right, we're moving on to the afternoon games here. We got the last unbeaten team in the league, Arizona Cardinals, going on the road to take on another high-powered offense in the Cleveland Browns, whose 42 points was not good enough against the Chargers somehow. Will the defense get it back together, and will they be able to stop the possible front runner for MVP, Kyler Murray, in that offense? This is tough. Cleveland's favored by 3, but they do have the home field advantage. Man, I'm just going to flip a coin, and I'm going to say Cleveland. I'm going to say Cleveland gets the win here. Cardinals are due for a loss. I think it comes just like how the Jags are due for a win. I'm going to say Cardinals are due for a loss. Not very scientific analysis there, but that's what I'm going with. I'll take Cleveland. Caleb, what about you?
Did you actually flip a coin on your end? Because you said
if I had one handy, I would have done it.
A mental coin. Okay. A Bitcoin. Maybe you flipped the
Tails
Bitcoin.
never fails.
Or Dogecoin. Buy Dogecoin. You know, in another life, I think I would have picked the undefeated Cardinals in this one, but I was reading up on the Browns yesterday, and last week's game lost to the Chargers, I believe, was the first time in the Super Bowl era that a team has put up more than 40 points and 0 turnovers and lost a game.
Oh, wow.
So
that's crazy.
The Browns and both their losses have come to potential Super Bowl contenders. So while they're sitting at 3-2, they could easily be 5-0 here. They've had some stiff competition, and they've been playing well against that competition. I do think that Kyler Murray is better than Baker Mayfield, but I'm going to have to go with the home team here now. Go with the Browns. The Browns.
Wow, okay. Good stats there. I like it.
Baker Mayfield lives at the stadium, so like it's like super home field advantage for him.
Yeah, those commercials are actually like a documentary.
And like all those things.
Yeah. Amy, are we about to see a sweep for the Browns against an undefeated team? Say it ain't so.
I think we're about to see a Brown sweep. I don't know if this has ever happened on at least with us 3 on Titans Tube. I don't think we've ever had a Brown sweep. I'm sure we have been on the other end of a Brown sweep and swept the Browns multiple times, but
definitely.
I mean, the Cardinals are. They are very, very good this season. I am surprised by how balanced they are on both sides of the ball this season, and I think their 5-0 record is legit. I do think that they are a really, really good team, but I do think this is where their loss comes. I love what you said, Justin. I completely agree. Just like the Jags are due for a win, Cardinals are due for a loss, and they're playing a really, really good Browns team, and I think this is where it's going to come. So, sweet for the Browns.
Did you like what I said, though?
Yeah.
Anything I said about?
Not really.
I forgot what you said. Who did you pick?
Browns.
Oh. Yeah. That's what I like. I like that you picked the Browns.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go to another division matchup, AFC West. 2 3-2 teams, but man, is it a mirage? I think it might be. The Raiders on the road against the Broncos. Raiders don't really have a head coach anymore. There's too many bad emails going around in that organization from the head coach. And the Broncos, just like the Panthers, they're the Panthers of the AFC. Started off 3-0, now on a 2-game losing streak. This game is still hard to pick, though. I think these two teams are on the weaker side of their 3-2 record shows. I'm gonna let Caleb. You take this one away first. What do you see in this game?
What? You gave all your analysis and then you didn't make a pick.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Justin. I think these teams are gonna start hitting a steep slope down the hill and snowballing into the valley. I don't think either team's as good as their 3-2 schedule. I think the Raiders are now done after Gruden's gone, and they've been missing their best offensive weapon after his 31-yard run in Week 1, Marcus Mariota. So there's no way the Raiders are going to win. But at the same time,
actually, I think he's designated to come back from IR. I think he's coming back.
You think he's coming back?
Well, I think, or he's at least coming back from IR.
They might have a little chance, but I don't think the Broncos are anything to be feared of with Teddy Bridgewater at the helm. I know their defense is kind of getting back together, but I'm gonna have to go with the Broncos in this one just because they're playing at home and the Raiders have had a really tough week, and we also live in Colorado, so it's like our second home team.
All right, got a little fan bias going on. That's fine. Not worried about that. Amy, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, too much is happening in Las Vegas. It's
always.
Well, yes. What happens in Vegas is not staying in Vegas. The whole country knows about it right now.
That's because he emailed Washington. If he had just emailed Vegas, it
might have stayed in Vegas. Yeah. Who knows? But I'm going to go with the Broncos here. I think there's just too much off the field drama happening in Vegas.
Too much off the field
issues happening in Vegas. And I think it is going to affect the game this Sunday. So I think that's going to really play to the Broncos' favor. And honestly, if all of this hadn't gone down last week, I probably would be picking the Raiders. But it's too much. It's going to be the Broncos with the W this weekend.
Derek Carr was playing really good. I mean, he was really leading the charge there for that undefeated record. But yeah, he's starting to regress a bit. But yeah, I got to go with the Broncos as well. Sorry for the sweep again. Not interesting. But it's hard to go with the Raiders with everything that's going on with their team. A lot of distractions. I think the Broncos, they're wanting to bounce back, and they're at home. I'll take the Broncos too. Go Broncos.
Yeah.
Moving on here, we got the Dallas Cowboys on the road to take on the New England Patriots. Oh, man, the Cowboys' offense is on fire right now, but can the defensive mastermind Bill Belichick slow them down? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Cowboys win this game, and that offense it's probably going to drop another 30-plus points on the Patriots here. Amy, what about you?
I really did not want to get on the Cowboys train. Like, I have not wanted to be on Dak. I have not wanted to admit Dak Prescott is a good quarterback and that he can lead a team. I've always known Zeke was good, but Dak is showing me something this season, honestly. Like, I am very impressed with what he's been doing. I think the Cowboys' 4-1 record is a complete... It is them. They are a 4-1 team. The one loss was to the Buccaneers by like 2 points on opening night. So yeah. Oh, I remember. But I do think Belichick is going to throw some weird defenses for Dak, and I don't think the Cowboys are going to be as explosive of an offense as they have been the last few weeks. But I do think they'll come out with this win.
All right.
Nice.
Caleb, sweep.
I mean, Dallas is looking pretty legit. I will have to say, go ahead and give Dak comeback player of the year, maybe even MVP.
Don't you hate saying that? I don't like saying it.
Yeah, I don't like saying it, but I think this is just going to be an off week for them. I think Belichick is going to be scheming some things to shut down this Cowboys offense. I think Steve Belichick's going to be giving us some meme-worthy faces on the sideline.
Please.
And I think that's really going to distract Dak, because I know Dak and Zeke are really into the memes. So I think they're going to be focused on Steve Belichick's face more than throwing it to Amari Cooper. So I really see an upset here in Foxborough happening with Mac Jones.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. Man, that's some good insider info about the memes and Dak and Zeke. All right, we'll see if it pans out for you. We got Sunday night football here. We got the Seattle Seahawks, with the one Geno Smith leading the charge now. Russell Wilson, missing games for the first time in his 8+ year career. Couldn't get that finger right. Going on the road against the Steelers. Again, these Steelers, man, I don't even know. They've beat the Bills, and then they beat the Broncos last week, and then they've looked like crap in their other 3 games. So I don't know what kind of Steelers team we're going to see here, but I am not a believer in Geno Smith. I know he came in and did some good things last week in relief of Russell Wilson, but I mean, I don't expect him to put a full 60 minutes together and be able to get a win on the road, going across the country. That's a long distance for them to travel to. Big road trip, and I think they come back with an L. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. Caleb, what about you?
Steel curtain. I've never shied away from an upset pick here on Titans Tube in my career on Titans Tube, and I'm not going to shy away from one now. I liked what I saw from Geno Smith stepping in from Russell Wilson, and I think and I think Geno's got some stuff to prove. And I think, man, Big Ben, you just need to go ahead and retire, bro. Go start eating some more cheesesteaks or something on the couch and watching football, because you should not be out there on the field on Sundays anymore. That's just my hot take.
What about Mondays or Thursdays?
He can play Mondays and Thursdays, but not Sundays. No.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks here. I know it's on the road, but I think they're going to rally around Geno. They want to prove something, that team, do they? Yeah, they do.
Okay.
So
every team wants.
Seahawks they're going to beat the Steelers.
All right. Amy?
I don't know what Steelers team is going to show up. Last week they were able to get their run game going a little bit. But I can't pick Geno Smith here. He's not going to have.
I did.
He doesn't have that same chemistry with Lockett and Metcalf that Russell Wilson had. He doesn't have the scramble threat that Wilson has. So much about the Seahawks' success is centered around Russell Wilson. He is the heartbeat of that team. So that's why I have to go with the Steelers here. That's really it.
I really feel like
the better team.
I was going to say, I do feel like we're about to see a bunch of holes and problems with the Seattle team without Russell Wilson. Because I think a lot of people have speculated that he's the reason why they just keep going back to the playoffs. Yes. And he's dragging an average to possibly below average team to 10+ wins every single season. So I think we're going to see some holes in Seattle.
It reminds me of, honestly, the last few years of Tom Brady in New England.
Oh my gosh, again?
What? No, seriously, he makes the receivers and the tight ends and everyone else, the running backs around him, better. And those receivers, tight ends, running backs, if they were on other teams without Tom Brady as their quarterback, or in this case without Russell Wilson, we might not know the name Tyler Lockett. We might not know the name DK Metcalf.
How did we
get
talking to Tom Brady against the Steelers-Seahawks game? Good heavens.
Hey, I get it. And now, yes, the best game of the week, the best game of all time, because it features the Tennessee Titans hosting Monday Night Football against this locomotive of a team, the Buffalo Bills, rolling into Nashville. The number one in points per game, number one in points allowed per game. They've pitched 2 shutouts on the season. Josh Allen is playing well, and they've got weapons. But the Titans have the king in Derrick Henry. Guys, I gotta just, you guys know where I'm going with this. I gotta pick the Titans on Monday night.
Let's go.
Shoot, let's go. We're getting Julio back, hopefully. A.J. Brown's getting healthier. Tannehill's gonna throw the ball all over the yard, and somehow, some way, the Titans are gonna shock and win a game where everyone is picking against them, because that's what the Titans do. And then we're gonna go out and lose to the Texans later in the season, because that's Titans football right there. Caleb, what do you like?
Oh, Justin, I know you threw out all those stats about the Bills, but I'm not impressed by any of them. I know a lot of NFL experts would think that's so good that you're outscoring, you're the number one scoring team and the number one defense in the league, but you know what? The Titans are averaging 0.4 more points than their opponents per game, so that equals more wins than losses. And also, I do think the Bills, while people say they're the best team in the NFL besides the Titans, I think they threw all their eggs into the basket against the Chiefs last week. They really wanted revenge, and now they want to make an omelet, and they're out of eggs. And they go to the grocery store, and there's no eggs on the shelf because it's a pandemic. So they're running out of options, and I think the Titans are really going to get this one done. Go Titans!
Man,
wow.
So the Titans
25.4 to 25.
We're going to win because the grocery stores have run out of eggs for the Bills. That is some hard-hitting analysis, Caleb. I appreciate that. Amy, I am fearful of what you're going to pick because you don't let your fan bias get in the way for some reason, which shouldn't be allowed on this channel. But who do you think is going to win?
You met your Tom Brady quota.
All right, listen.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Tom Brady.
If the Titans had Tom Brady,
oh my God,
I think we would win.
No, Tanny, baby. Tanny real.
I did tell you this, actually, this last week, and I think it's very true. I really like Tannehill. I do think, I believe in him. He's a solid, he's not a Tom Brady. He's not a Russell Wilson. He's not a superstar who could go to a team and in the first year just take him to the Super Bowl. But he is very solid. I don't know, I do trust him. He's like a pillar. He's really, really good.
A pillar of trust.
Yes, I do trust him a lot more than, probably since McNair it's been a long time.
He's for sure our best quarterback since McNair.
Since I have felt this,
guys, hold up.
Trusting. Good. I wanted to trust Marcus, I know. But all of that being said, Justin, you already said it. The Bills have scored the most points all season, and their defense has allowed the least number of points. That is the most well-rounded team you could ask for in this league. That is, at this point, that is the best team in this league. And I think the Bills are going to come out with the win over my trusted pillar, Ryan Tannehill.
You make me sad. I expected this, but I'm still sad nonetheless.
I know.
No way.
Guys, as always, I always say, I hope I'm wrong. Show this, Vrabel, show this
Doesn't
in the
make it feel
locker
better.
room. I hope I'm wrong.
All right. Well, we hope you're wrong. We hope you feel terribly whenever the Titans come away with the win. If you guys want, we got 4 teams. We enter the bye week season. Falcons, Saints, Jets, 49ers. Who do you guys like in the bye week here to come out as the best bye week team?
I like the Saints in the bye week. I think that, let's see, Hill got hurt this last week, and I know he's not their starting quarterback, but I definitely think just giving him some rest and kind of getting them, I don't know, they need this extra week to kind of figure their offense out a little bit more because they do still have a lot of weapons.
See, and I think it's the 49ers for that same situation. They got Jimmy G's hurt, so Trey Lance is now the starter. So he can get more acquainted with the offense. They can get some more guys healthy. They've kind of struggled here early on in the season. So I think this bye week comes at a really clutch time for them. And I think the 49ers are clearly going to win the bye week.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I'm thinking 49ers as well for the same reasons. Starting quarterback issues. I like the Saints too. Taysom Hill, they got injuries as well.
Because that's my Jamie.
How you doing?
I like Drew Brees. Okay, Drew Brees was my guy.
So are you Saints, obsessed with football night?
And I like Alvin Kamara. All right, you know what? I do like the Saints. Fine, I said it. But I think the 49ers are going to benefit from the bye week the most. Kind of reassess where they are in the NFC West, and kind of rally the ship a little bit. They're a good team still. I think they're going to be a factor down the stretch. But anyway,
I think so too.
This is not 49ers tube. I don't give a crap about that. That's going to be our picks video, everyone. What a grand day this was to take it old school, like Titans Tube used to be. Well, how it used to be, we would have all been in the same room, cramped together, sitting at the same table. But that's fine. We'll take this anytime.
We're on the same screen. As you're watching
guys,
viewers.
Do you guys have any last words before we wrap this up?
Tom Brady.
Tighten up.
Tighten up, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Join us for the preview video. We'll see you over there. And goodbye and good farewell. Oof. That was rough.
Oof. Rough outro.